This is Q Billing, a financial management company specializing in cost allocation and chargeback solutions. Today's topic, we're going to talk about how processes vary for types of companies that use chargeback and cross-charging solutions. The two types of companies that we will look at today will be typical outsourcing companies as well as traditional product and service companies. Traditional outsourcing companies may have an end-to-end process that is depicted by this diagram. In this diagram, it shows a few different components. The first component is the upfront sales process that occurs to win new business. And within the sales process, they may go through a cost build-up where they build a cost model, create a point of sale, and at that point in time, it would basically state what they expect the cost of the contract to be over its expected term. So if it were a 3, 5, or 7-year term, that cost model would have all the assumptions over that specified term. The cost model would then be handed off to delivery organizations, and these delivery organizations may be shared service organizations that support many account teams, or it could be to a dedicated account team, and the account team would use that point of sale model as their guide on where their costs should align over the life of that contract. The delivery organizations provide the services to the account teams, and the account teams are basically the front end to the client. So they manage the end client, and the account team has the responsibility for understanding all of their costs as well as the revenue generated from the end client to maintain the account contribution. Within the chargeback process, it primarily occurs between the shared service organizations and the account teams. Account teams are the ones that have the onerous obligations of understanding all their expenses to ensure that they're meeting all their productivity targets. Within this model, what we would typically find as one of the challenges would be that the account team would look at the point of sale model and need to understand what all the assumptions were on the upfront on the sales process, compare it to the actual cost being delivered to them from the delivery organizations, and then having a good understanding on how that directly impacts the bottom line for their P&L. The delivery organizations also have the dilemma in that they too compare their products and services that are being delivered against the initial point of sale and cost model, and that is what they use to provide the services to the account teams. However, in the real world, what happens is the end client, they buy a variety of different products and services over the life of the contract. They may buy products and services that were in the initial contract, as well as all the add-on services that are procured during the life of the term. And the volumes that are in the point of sale model are the best guess or the assumptions that are made during the sales process. However, the end clients may consume their volumes on a day-to-day basis that vary by time of year, by their end clients, and it would be really dynamic as to how they run their business. So, the chargeback process, if set up properly, can help to provide the transparency and visibility of the financial data between the delivery organizations and the account teams while incorporating the upfront assumptions used in the cost model as well as the volumes consumed by the end client, and thus give a true overview of which end clients are profitable as well as the products and services that are consumed, which of those products and services within the corporate view generate the most revenue and profitability. The cross-charging process for traditional product and service companies is a little bit different in that you have several shared service organizations depicted here as the IT organization, finance, and human resources, and each of these organizations receive an overarching budget. Their departments or responsibilities are to provide their shared service organizations at a total cost to the company that aligns with their forecast and outlook. Each division would then consume those shared service organizations services that are being provided, and depicted here as divisions A, B, C, and D, and each division may have multiple departments and organizations within that. These divisions would take the shared services cost, combine them with the cost associated within their divisions and departments. Those combined would be the total cost to produce their products and services, and the difference between their cost of products and services versus the revenue generated from end clients would be the profitability by product and or service. And thus the chargeback process would be between the shared service organizations and the divisions that consume those products and services. And again, the goal would be to understand which products and services are most profitable for the corporation, as well as truly understanding how the cost allocation and cross charges occur from the shared service organizations to the respective divisions. Thank you for reviewing the processes associated with outsourcing and traditional product and services based companies as it relates to cross-charging and cost allocation. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me directly or visit us online at www.cubebilling.com. Thank you.